quick late night video. I'm just going to check on my chicks for the evening. And what I wanted to talk to you about, so they're all in there sleeping, look. So what I wanted to talk to you about is why you should never buy an unsexed chick, and you should always buy something sexed and ready to lay. So the reason I say that is because a male chick will take up the same light, same electric as a female chick. So a male will cost you, I worked out, if you have 1,000 chicks, 6 to 7 heat lamps over the space of the 4 weeks that they need. Each chick is £1 to do electric, roughly. Yeah, put it away for us. Sorry about that. So I'm going to open them up, I'm not going to disturb them. So yeah, there they all are, look. It's the middle of the night, look, so they're sleeping. So this is my thinking. If you get a male chick, you've got roughly 50p to £1 per chick just in electric to keep the chick warm for the 3 to 4 weeks that they need. So on top of that, you've got a feed bill. Let's say, for instance, for 4 weeks, before you want to be selling them or thinking about what you're going to do, you don't want to be selling them before 4 weeks if you're a breeder or a retailer or whatever, like we are. We breed for eggs, so that's what we're interested in. But going back to what I was saying, is that the male will eat, let's say, £3 to £4 in money of feed in the first 4 weeks, so £1 per week of feed, which would equate to, you know, they'd have to eat, I don't know, a couple of kilos in 4 weeks to work that out, because feed is very, very expensive for a medicated feed. So if you work out, you pay him, say, let's call it £5, let's call it £1 a week, so £1 a week per chick. So if you bring 4 males on, so you buy your chicks unsexed, these are all sexed, there's a couple of males in there that are purposely kept. But if every chick is £1 per week for 4 weeks, and you're doing 1,000, that's £1,000. At the end of it, you have 500 females and 500 males. So you've spent £1,000 and you've got 500 usable chickens. If you was to buy a sexed chick from a breeder or a big poultry farm, where the eggs are obviously sexed and everything else, you could then have, let's say, £1,000 bill for your chicks. So you wouldn't hatch them, you'd buy them in pre-done. Look at them, they're really, really sleepy. So you would buy them in, and then at the end of it, let's say you pay £1,000 for the chicks, for 1,000 chicks, about £1 each for a female. You would at the end up with 1,000 usable females with the same bill. So 1,000 birds, £1,000 bill for keeping them. But obviously you would have the full amount at the end. So it is really, really not advisable if you're trying to do chicks on a commercial situation or for eggs or whatever. It is not advisable to do them in a setup where you're going to end up with a lot of roosters. It's definitely not worth doing, because you just absolutely blowing your brains out. I think I'm waking up a bit now. So yeah, you know, if your investment at the front, as I call it, the front, so when you're buying your chicks, if your investment is £1,000 for your chicks and £1,000 for your food, your total investment is obviously £2,000, but you end up with all hens. So it's certainly something worth thinking about if you're looking to do it in any kind of way. And I know people do like hatching birds, and you know, it is fun to do. I get that, it's a fun little thing to do and see a few get hatched and everything else, but to do it in a big scale and be blowing your brains out feeding things that, you know, really to a farmer have very little use, it's that's why I don't hatch a lot of stuff myself now. There's, I don't know, 20 cream leg bars in there, males and females, but the rest are all sexed chicks. I got a couple of thousand. I just brought a few home, just get some room, so they're just in the chick pen and the kids like to play with them. So like, you know, there's only a few roosters in, there's probably 5 roosters in there and 70 hens. So yeah, it's worth thinking about if you're doing it to, you know, earn some sort of living. Right, have a good evening everybody, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.